Hey gang, we've been told since we were young that you gotta learn from history or you're going to repeat it, but the only thing that Lorehold's been teaching us lately is that there's a giant dragon coming right for your face. Let's play some head games. Friends, opponents, welcome to Head Games Arena. My name is Jet. We are out here playing Brawl with some new cards from Secrets of Strixhaven. Today we're going to find out what Lorehold is up to, and by that, of course, I mean we are playing Lorehold the Historian. This is a 5-mana, 5/5 with Flying and Haste, which is pretty good on its face in a 1v1 format. Each instant and sorcery in your hand has Miracle, which means if it's the first card you draw on any given turn, you can cast it at that moment for 2 generic mana. So it does allow you to break timing restrictions, and it allows you to cast incredibly expensive spells for very, very cheap if everything goes perfectly well. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card, and if you do, draw a card. So you can rummage, which is what allows you to maybe get a Miracle activation on your opponent's turn, and then another one on yours if you happen to draw an instant or sorcery. But what our friend Lorehold is doing here is it is rummaging, which incentivizes us to play kind of a reanimation style deck, and that's what we're going to do. So we want cards that discard cards or put cards into our graveyard. So we've got Dragon's Rage Channeler, which surveils whenever we cast a non-creature spell. Charming Scoundrel, which does a rummage, discard, then draw when it enters. The same as Fear of Missing Out. Inti also discards cards on the attack trigger. Pursue the Past has a discard and then draw cards. Up the mana value ladder, we've got Restoration of Iganjo, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Tersa Light Shatter, and Seasoned Pyromancer in the 3-drop spot that all discard cards and draw cards. So we're really trying to get cards into our graveyard that we're going to reanimate later. Big Score and Pirate's Pillage also ask us to discard a card, as well as Unexpected Windfall. As we get up the ladder, we're looking at our bigger things that we are incentivized to reanimate. Pinnacle Monk gets a spell back from our graveyard. Goldspan Dragon is just a fantastic threat. And then at the very top end, we've got our old friend Ancient Copper Dragon, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, Trumpeting Carnosaur, Elish Norngran, Cenobite, and I think really the best thing we can possibly hit in the deck is Summon Bahamut as a 9/9 flyer that destroys up to 1 non-land permanent. As far as big spells at the top end, Amaria's Call is definitely not a bad hit. Makes 2 angels, makes your stuff indestructible till end of turn. Both of the lesson paradigms in the colors are fantastic. Improvisation Capstone exiles cards until you hit a total mana value of 4 or greater, and then you cast any number of spells you revealed this way. The best part is this paradigm, so then you're just getting mana value every single turn, and the white one returns target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Once you've got this online, the rest of the deck allows you to pitch whatever it is you're going to want to reanimate the following turn. So unless our opponent gets their graveyard hate at the right time, you're going to overwhelm them with value. Lots of interaction spells throughout the deck: Erode, Swords to Plowshares, Thought Partition, Lightning Bolts, things of that nature. Reprieve as a sneaky white counterspell. There's lots of stuff in the middle as well. Avatar's Wrath and Starfall Invocation as our board wipes in the deck. One standout I want to talk at least a little bit about is Suspend Aggression, which I'm just a bigger fan of than I think a lot of other people are. 3 mana, exile target non-land permanent and the top card of your library, so it replaces itself. It kind of gives you an impulse draw. For each of those cards, its owner may play it until the end of their next turn. So I think this is uniquely good against reanimation decks, because when they reanimate a big threat, you put it into exile and then they have to cast it before the end of their next turn, and sometimes they can't, so it actually just removes it forever. But it also replaces itself. You just get that impulse draw when you cast it, so I think it's an incredibly solid card. So that is it. That's the deck. We're putting stuff in the graveyard, reanimating it, maybe casting big spells for their miracle cost, but we also just have a 5/5 flying haste threat in the command zone, so it can close out games pretty quick. Before we head over into the gameplay, as always, I'd like to invite everybody to please like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. What would you like to see me play in the other Elder Dragon lists that are inevitably coming up over the next couple of weeks? Thank you, as always, for being here. Let's play some head games. Lorehold the Historian in Brawl against an old favorite, Muldrotha the Gravetide. Very interested to see what this looks like. Oh, you can't see it because I'm over top of it. What this looks like in Brawl. Okay, so we have no ramp, and I think that we just mulligan this. We again have no ramp, but we do have interaction, and we've got Inti, which is essentially card draw. We can keep this one. And we get to go first. Let's play a plains and threaten a swords to plowshares. Mishra's Bauble. Lots of stuff for our opponent. They're going to look at the top card of my library. You sneaky, peeky monster. Fetch lands on Arena. Out here in Brawl. I thought we were past this, you know? That we lived in a world where we didn't have to wait for our opponent to do their fetch lands. At least it's faster on Brawl than it is in real life. Surveil land on one for our opponent. On top, in the bin. Okay. Oh, Wistfulness in the bin is very interesting. That was a huge first turn for our opponent. Okay, so... yeah, so we definitely get NT down here. They saw Cindercone Smite. That's why it's got a little eyeball on it right there, is that our opponent saw that because of this card right here. It lets them peek. Okay, Momentum Breaker destroys Inti. We'll pass our turn. We'll play a land for turn and say go. Okay, another fetch land for our opponent. They love putting lands in the graveyard with old Muldrotha here. I feel like this game's gonna be a grind. Uro. Very cool for them. So I think that I'm gonna pitch... I could Swords Uro here, but I think I'm just gonna let it go. It's essentially a ramp spell. We would like to demand answers, and I think that we're gonna pitch this Cindercone Smite because I don't think we can use it. Okay. 4 mana gets its Pirate's Pillage. We're gonna pitch Bahamut. Draw 2 cards and make a treasure. And then we'll pass. Wish we had a reanimation spell. So we can Improvisation Capstone next turn. The problem is that this card is big, big, big random. I think we're gonna. I think it makes a lot of sense to do it. Let's Improvisation Capstone. So the reason this is, you know, I exile cards, and I might get more than one, but I might not. So Late to Dinner is just a reanimation spell, but that gets Bahamut back, which is pretty amazing for us. What do you got? Is it... okay. Okay. Pretty good. Not bad at all, as a matter of fact. Are they going to risk getting Muldrotha down at this point? They're going to bind to life. Pretty fabulous, if you ask me. Boggart exiles my graveyard. Rude. Not a great way to start here. Improvisation Capstone goes off again. We will play Amaria's Call. We will play our land for turn and probably say go. I really don't want them to remove Lorehold. I'm going to go ahead and cast it, and we'll just get in for an attack. I am probably not going to loot because I like the cards in my hand. And I have 2 1-mana instant spells in my hand right now. So they're looking for a board wipe. If they get their commander down, they get to do a couple of things. Ooh, very good. Ugin is super good here. Okay. So I'm gonna... hold on. Erode hits Ugin, right? Yeah, that's fine.
I grant you a boon.
I will put my commander in the command zone. Yep. Pretty good.
Fools have sown discord.
We'll go ahead and erode Ugin.
Reap my wrath.
That's the right interaction at the right time. This just became a bit of a slog, but I have Improvisation Capstone going off every turn, which is really showing why that card's so good. Are we taking 4 so we can do 8? Yeah, you can have that 4. You can have that 4. There's a dragon. We will cast Improvisation Capstone. Let's see what we get. So we will play Witch Enchanter and Jessica's Will. Do I want the 3 mana or do I want the 3 cards? I think I want the 3 mana. Takes out the Momentum Breaker. We will play Lorehold, and we will get in for 13. Pretty good. Moving to end step. So I can cast this, but I don't have anything to make it hasty, so I am going to pitch the dragon. I'm not going to reveal it. Because it takes... I would rather hold up Swords to Plowshares here than cast Thought Partition. Thought Momentum Breaker makes me sacrifice any creature. Abrupt TK would be good for our opponent. They do not have... They can't cast Muldrotha and Ugin. So they are... They have decided that is enough. Good night. Game 2 with Lorehold the Historian against Alesha, who laughs at fate. I don't know if it's actually Alicia or Alesha. I'm curious now. Okay, so problem is, other than Thought Partition, I can't cast any of these spells, so I'm gonna mulligan this. Better. Much better, because I get the Scry to look at the next thing. Cindercone Smite, how big is... yeah, Alicia, or Alesha, is a 2/2, so this is sorcery, so if it gets to go the first time, how does it work? Whenever it attacks... Good. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep this 7. Ooh, lots of stuff going on my board. Temple Scry's looking for a land. We're going to put Explosive Singularity to the bottom. Our opponent is very friendly. Arid Mesa. I am very disinclined to play fetch lands unless I absolutely have to. I mean, here's where we see the value of it. Okay, so Sacred Foundry tapped because there's no reason. I guess the downside to this is that it is just a sorcery. Party Thrasher is a 1/4. That's a very good card. We'll get this Plains down, and unfortunately that's all we do there. First main phase, discard a card. Bloodghast is a good hit there. Very good. Very good. Thoughtseize in our opponent's hand. That's fine. They can Thoughtseize us. I'm actually not really worried about that. It keeps them off of casting their commander this turn, which is what I really don't want them to do. Citrus Supply or Bloodghast in the graveyard. Timeline Color. Are we missing a land drop? We're not. Here it comes. Oh, we are missing a land drop. I'm okay with whatever they take. I think Chandra's the hit. Yep. Attacks for 1. We will play this snow-covered mountain, and we'll pass the turn. So, okay, at the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature with mana value less than Alicia's power to the graveyard. Inti's a good hit. Reanimate and Sulphurous Springs. They really need the land. Yep. Okay. Bloodghast returns. Let's see if our opponent walks into an instant speed 4/4. Okay, Broadside Bombardiers, Menace and Haste, sacrifice another creature. This creature deals damage equal to 2 plus the sacrificed mana value to any target. Cool. So if I play the dragon here, it's still correct. I'm going to make them do it. I'm going to make them do it. I believe that it is right. Use broadside. Yep. Here it goes. That card is good. Card is very good. Okay, we're going to play Needle Pathway on the back side. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to play Solar Transformer, and that is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Untapped land gives us hit the mother load, which is where we really want to be here. Because we're not under a lot of pressure just yet. Okay, Rock Curse Rakshasa in the graveyard's very cool. Got a land for turn. Really need a board wipe is what we need. There it is. Commander. Carry Zev. Here's an alchemy card. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Ragavan? That is whack. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not loving where we're at. We're probably just dead here. We got a Skyclave, carry Zev. Our opponent has so much card advantage. Us not being able to deal with this Party Thrasher, they've just seen so many cards. This is really good here. This has driven them through this entire game, that they're looking at several cards every turn. It's allowed them to not miss land drops. Ultimately, I actually, unless we hit the mother load and we hit a board wipe, I'm fairly certain we just lose here. Well, we're not actually dead on board. Okay? You got it. 5 damage incoming. There's Alesha. It gets something back. Board wipe or bust, as often happens. Rot Curse. No, that's not going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to Unexpected Windfall. Discarding, hit the mother load. Yep. We're going to cast Ursa for no reason. Okay. We're just casting all of our spells because we have nothing else to do. No, we're done. Like, we cannot stop them. Okay. I guess I was playing with my food a little bit there, but... they were very fast. On to game 3. We've got Elder Dragon versus Elder Dragon. My opponent's dragon is way more interesting than mine. And I go first. So, I'm gonna mulligan this. Like, I mean, having Dragonstorm and Amaria's Call in my opening hand feels very bad. This is only slightly better, but it is better. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to play a Plains and start with maybe the best 1-drop in white. Esper Sentinel. Nothing for our opponent. We're going to play this Valakut Awakening tapped and Thought Partition our opponent. Okay. Thought Distortion is pretty hilarious. I think, honestly, it's probably this, because it just slows them down the most. That's what we're trying to do here. We are going to try to outpace our opponent. They drew a different Mana Dork. Excellent. We do not have a removal spell. So we can... I don't think that they'll block. So let's get this Plains down and find out. Blocking would be a huge mistake for them right now. Iganjo, get that Mana Dork out of here. So I played against Witherbloom in actual Commander, my buddy Zombie, shout out. Yeah, my buddy Zombie. Microsynth power touch is equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungi and or saplings. Beginning of your end step, create a black fungus with this can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. Okay. Is Magda correct here? So they're gonna Death Sprout me next turn if they draw another land. So I think I'm actually incentivized not to play Magda. It is my go, you're right. So I don't want to bin Magda either, though. I think I have to. I think I need to hold on to the land. We'll play our land for turn. We are going to attack. I don't think that they'll trade here. Oh, they're done! They didn't draw a land. Wow. On to game 4 with Lorehold Historian. Currently 2-1, and we are up against Super Shredder, who is absolutely terrifying. Like, this is probably a really, really good commander. Okay, so I do have 2 lands in my hand, but one of them is Sundown Pass. I think I have to mulligan this. It also doesn't have any ramp in it, so... this is not much better. I think I have to mulligan to 6. Okay, this is slightly better. I'll keep 6. I think I tuck hit the Motherlode. Yep. We're gonna play with Gemstone Caverns in play, exiling... Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay. What is it? You got it. I mean, I take the Fable if I'm them. Fable puts me in this game. Yep, that's right. Here's a Fury Calm Snarl, passing the turn. Gemstone feels pretty good here. Yeah, Shredder draws the bolt, it's no question. Okay. Is this gonna get bigger or wider? Wider, I'm guessing. You got it. We'll play a Command Tower and Solar Transformer. Pass the turn. So we've got our commander next turn. It's not ideal because they're playing a mono black deck, so the chances are that they have got an enormous amount of removal in their deck. Are they playing like a million different swamps? Sure. Our opponent gets in for 2. Bolt Shredder. Okay. Take it real slow. Lose a life. Atsushi is very good here. It's very good here. I will take it. Go ahead and destroy it. We are absolutely here for it. If you've got an exile effect, I'm going to feel a little worse about it. But Liliana the Veil. Sacrifice Atsushi.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my home.
So I'm going to exile the top 2 cards.
Off you go.
Perfect. Bajuka Bog hits my graveyard, which I'm fine with. I am a Reanimator deck, but I'd rather they do it now. Yeah, I wonder what 1 mana play I can draw. A hasty creature would be very good, because they didn't leave up a blocker. Okay, that's not a hasty creature. But fortunately, my command... I was hoping to draw something that would allow me to play both of the cards that I exiled, but that's not the case. We're okay with that. So, yeah, we take out Liliana, I think. I think that's right.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
And they may destroy our commander. Yeah, we're going to discard Pinnacle Monk. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that this is what I drew. This is so good in this scenario because there's a very high likelihood. Yeah, pay 5 life. Redirect that back at you. You Thoughtseize yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, Elegy Acolyte's very good here. Does it just draw you 1 card? Yeah, just 1. Okay. Boy, that was fun. I think I'm probably still in a very bad position. Yeah, end the turn. We haven't drawn enough cards, so we need to get just a gigantic hit here, or we're done for. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, when 1 or more creatures dies, put a wreck counter on this. Beginning your upkeep, if this enchantment has 1 or more wreck counters, remove a wreck counter and seek a non-land card on your upkeep. Okay, okay. Yep. We're not done. We're just... You're gonna remove Lorehold? Yeah, we will keep putting on pressure. There it goes. You got a wreck counter. So we play the land now. That's very interesting. I mean, this is a cool card. Our opponent's holding up Demolition Field. It doesn't really do a whole lot for them. I do have Pinnacle Monk in my graveyard. Well, they're drawing 2 cards now because of the Spectacle. They've done a good job of, like, keeping up card draw here. So my life total is low. They're going to seek a non-land card, draw a card. It's very good. What do we got? So I'm actually not even sure what I could draw here other than a board wipe that's actually going to, do what I need it to. I actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I could use a board wipe. That's about all I get. Okay. Goldspan is interesting. Goldspan is interesting, but it doesn't actually... I mean, I'm probably just dead here, right? Because Super Shredder is going to get very, very big if they destroy a bunch of stuff. So I have to play Goldspan... and not attack. This is the only way I don't die, but I probably still die. Oh, that's very good. Yep, good game. Can you get Shredder up 1 more point? So they could activate the Demolition Field here and end my game. So they absolutely could have actually just won right now. Yeah, you could have activated Demolition Field. Okay. So we get Goldspan back. I didn't scoop, and now I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Super Shredder. So we're probably still done here. All they need is a removal spell, and our game is over. I have to leave up both blockers. If they have a removal spell in hand, or if they draw one and the 2 cards they get, then the game is over. It should have been over last turn because they could have sacrificed Demolition Field to get the extra point in. Here's an Arcane Signet. Do you have a removal spell? Target opponent reveals their hand and discards a card. You do not have it. Okay. So Grief destroys me next turn. So I'm just dead. Yep. That's it. That's it. I should have been, as I said. If I had drawn into a board wipe, maybe we have something. Okay, they're playing out their commander, getting their attacks in. You got it. No shame there. Interesting. Game 5. Our Chandra enthusiast across the screen here. I go first. We are playing Lorehold the Historian. Okay. So we've got... What I want to know what their commander does. So put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. Make 2 elementals. I think I can keep this. This is fairly interesting and aw, come on. Doesn't count. Okay, on to game 5 with an asterisk because that last opponent quit before we had a chance to go, and we're not going to count that. I do like that we are on the play here. Tifa is a very scary commander, and I don't have a removal spell in my hand, so not sure that I feel great about this, but we do have a keepable 7, so we're going to keep it, and we're going to pray. Here's a command tower. Mana Dork for our opponent. Inevitably. Almost. Utopia Sprawl. Also good. We can get this Fury Calm Snarl down, revealing a Plains, and we'll play Inti. I'm imagining our opponent's going to put their commander down, and they're going to play a land for turn. So, I really need to be able to remove this, like, right now. Okay, so let's get in with Inti. We're going to discard Elish Norn, the Grand Cenobite. Putting a counter on Inti. Oh, come on. Play our land for turn. Don't love that. Inti is questionable in this list because there's a lot of high mana value cards that you're definitely just going to remove. So, are we just dead? Let's find out. Prismatic Vista gets a forest and gets Tifa to 2. Walking Closet, it's going to do 2 more times. That's going to go to 4. Interesting. Alright, we're going to go again. I don't think having a blocker is going to make the difference for us. So we're going to discard Savine's Reclamation because we can flash it back. That's going to put a counter on Inti, get me a land. That's okay. That's what I'm looking. That's not bad. I don't dislike that. Okay. We will play the land from exile, and we're going to play Witch Enchanter. And I'm actually going to take out the walk-in closet. This gives us a little bit of a blocker but it's probably not enough. I don't think you can stop me from doing that. You probably have a protection spell in your hand, but pop the Vista now. Please pop the Vista now. We're okay with that. So I just realized that we don't have 4 white, so we can't invoke Justice this turn. That's a little sad. I should have... Well, I played that 1 mountain from Exile, so I would have lost the opportunity there. But I probably still should have played the Plains instead, so that if I draw an untapped land, I can play Invoke Justice. Now I can't, so we're in trouble. Double up for our opponent. Make her gigantic. You can just win out. You can just lose out of nowhere with Tifa. Okay. Getting a counter, right? When it attacks. Okay. Okay, so they have their shields down, so I can do the thing, right? This is tricky. I'm fairly certain I have to play Chandra here because they can't protect Tifa with an Evolving Wilds. So I'm fairly certain we have to play Chandra here.
You want to go, tough guy?
This is probably gonna slow them down enough. I don't really want to... Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna attack. I know that seems strange. Like, I don't want to discard any of the cards in my hand. I guess you don't have to, right? You may discard a card. I could have just attacked. I should have just attacked. It's fine. There's Tifa again. There's a land. Okay, so I can add 2 red.
Yup, you're going down.
Use these 2 red to play big score. Discarding Mind Stone. Wow, that was a freebie. Play the mountain, and now we're gonna invoke Justice on Elish Norn. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, it's brutal. You have to make Tifa bigger right now. There it is. It's 4. It's 4. Getting in. Discarding this land. It's not lethal, but it's pretty dang close. They had the answer, which is wild. So I have to admit, and I'm not trying to trash them, but our opponent played a little suboptimally here because they shouldn't be cracking those fetches on their end step just to get the land out. They really... Oh, that's good. That's good. Traveling Chocobo. Tifa gets bigger. Let's go. Birds of Paradise. I will block. Yep. So there's a non-zero chance I remove the Kenrith thing. So do I just let Chandra go? Yep. Yes, I do. Oh, they don't want to play it out. Okay. We'll take it. Oh, wow. Croxa and Kunaros. This is game 6 if you don't count the one where our opponent quit. We are on the play with Esper, Sentinel, and Talisman, and an interactive spell and the card draw spell. This is just as good as you could ever want. So, Croxa and Kunaros, 6 mana, 6/6, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. When it enters, you can exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature cards. So it is Mardu Reanimator, red, white, black Reanimator. See if our opponent is... I'm going to sneeze. See if our opponent is, in fact, playing the game today. Are we going to play some Magic? Got some nice creepy ambient music on this field. Thank you, Amonkhet. Our opponent's got very, they've got a very good boy over here. This is the other thing that sometimes happens on Arena, is you try to play games and your opponent doesn't actually... It gets internet connectivity issues, which is a bit of a medical condition. I really want to play this game because my hand is good. Don't love that. Okay, so while we're sitting here waiting for our opponent to decide whether or not they want to play Magic, how are you? You doing okay? Taking care of yourself? Staying hydrated? Staying active? Getting some sunshine on your face? You should do those things. Have you been outside today? Hey! Hey, our opponent's here. Alright, Command Tower, Esper Sentinel. Are they just not paying attention? That would be okay too. Okay, fetch land for our opponent. Gets a Surveil land. Lots of cards in their graveyard already. What did they pitch? Inquisition of Kozilek is a smart card to pitch. We'll play a Mountain and a Talisman of Conviction. And we'll attack for 1. This is a great start. We're feeling very good right now. Are they gonna use a removal spell and also have enough mana to pay the 1? I bet they are. Watch. Cathartic Reunion, you do not have the 1 to play. Okay. Dockside Extortionist. Avacyn. That's okay. I have an answer to Avacyn. Okay, we can play Clifftop Retreat here and get in for 1. And we're just gonna say go. Because, like, we have answers. And actually, Suspend Aggression is a remarkably good answer to Avacyn, because then they have to recast it. Right? So we have Hold Up Answer. We're going to resolve Esper Sentinel. Alright, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant and sorcery. Target creature gets -2/-2. Did they do all of the things? Oh, they did. They did all of the things. Okay. I'd like to see what they take. I'd like to see what they take. I'm fine with that. Okay. We're going to discard a card. We're going to discard this Arcane Signet because we don't need that much ramp. Okay. I think we get in. Like, I think we play our commander and make them and incentivize them. I think that's correct. Okay, Cavernous Souls on Dragon. Lorehold the Historian. There's 5 damage. We are going to discard this Mountain because we want to see other cards. Coldspan Dragon is fine. Scalding Tarn for our opponent, and very likely a reanimation spell. It's fine if they do, I don't mind. Do they have an answer for Lorehold? Seize the spoils. They're in trouble. They are in trouble. I am, in fact, going to reveal Amaria's Call, and I will cast it for 2. We will play Needle Verge Passage on white. We will attack with Lorehold. What is in their bin? So they've got Triplicate Titan, Summon Knights of the Round, Avacyn. I'm okay with all of those cards. So let's... I actually don't think I'm going to bother discarding. I think Fable has lost its value. I think Fable's lost its value because I've got them on the rope right now. Yeah, it's fine. That's it. Good game. Okay. Awesome. Sorry, friend. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. It just, I was actually trying to move directly to attack, but there it was. I gotta say, like, I'm more of a fan of this card than I think other people are. I think Suspend Aggression is an interesting card with a lot of utility, and here's a good example of why. This is it, folks. Final game of the day, Game 7, against Lasping Jasper Flint, which is a fantastic card. Like, it's, you know, I want to show you what it does. So this lizard, it's a mercenaries, which is 4 different creature types. No, sorry, outlaws, assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, warlocks. So you can build the deck around it, and it basically just draws you a bunch of cards. We definitely cannot keep this hand because it doesn't have any interaction in it, and it's just bad. That's a bad hand. So Esper Sentinel for the umpteenth time today. I don't have any red mana. I think I'm going to... this is risky, but I think I'm going to keep it, because all I need to do is draw a land in the first 3 draws, and I get Restoration of Aganjo or Glimpse the Impossible. If that land happens to be red, Cindercone Smite becomes much, much better. And now I get to play Esper Sentinel into kind of with impunity, because they're probably going to play creatures. They're going to prioritize creatures over spells early on, at least probably. No turn 2 play for our opponent. We will attack for 1, and then high likelihood our opponent's just going to play their commander here, and if we don't draw a land, we're in trouble. I mean, I drew some pretty fantastic cards, but if I draw a red source, I probably play Tursa, because that sets me up for Bahamut in a future turn. The infamous Cruel Claw. So good. Okay, when it deals combat damage to a player, exile cards from the top of your library to exile a non-land card. You may cast that card. That is amazing. Tursa. We're going to pitch Bahamut and Glimpse the Impossible. Okay, no attacks. So now we can maybe block the infamous Cruel Claw. And I will. Is this a mercenary? Oh, it is! I bet our opponent's deck is super fun. Lasping Jasper Flint, you got it. I will block. Opponent's having a hard time deciding. Yep, you got it. I 100% block. I can't give you that. I'm not surprised by that trade. I think that that's a fair trade. Okay, so Cindercone Smite is not enough to deal with Jasper. Okay? But Fury Calm Snarl this turn, along with Sunbillow Verge next turn, is enough for me to invoke Justice and get the Bahamut out of my graveyard. So I think that we play Restoration of Aganjo. Oh, you know what? I get to get an actual... Oh, is it a basic plains? It is. Basic plains. So I can actually Fury, Calm, Snarl here, showing you the plains, and now it comes in untapped. Is it 2 damage to any target? Target creature. And then create a treasure token if you weren't the starting player. I think I just hold it. I think we're okay. What'd you get? Oh, Fable of the Mirror Maker's a good get. It's not gonna matter. I would love for them to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Like, if they tap out for Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I am very happy. Okay, they paid the 1. We are very good here. No blocks. You got it. Okay. So we discard the plains and put it in. We play our land for turn. I was not the starting player, right? I hope I'm not doing this wrong. I'm going to remove the goblin, get a token, and then I'm going to reanimate Bahamut and put a bunch of tokens on the Esper Sentinel. Oh boy, that's a big Esper Sentinel. We're going to take out your commander. That's probably game, right? I'll attack for 5. Listen, board wipes exist. The game's not over. Board wipes exist. 5 mana and... Okay. This is Negan, essentially. Choose target opponent. Opponent secretly choose a creature. Planeswalker. The player... Oh, I got them both every time. I always mess this up. I always do this wrong. Oh, it is. It's super nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we'll just pass. I was wrong. I mean, I messed it up. Okay. All right, we're gonna big score pitching Valakut Awakening. Draw 2 cards, and then we're gonna Iganjo that. How do you feel about that? How's that? Okay. That's 100% what we're doing. Restoration Seminar targeting Bahamut. Sure. Get rid of the reflection. Now it goes to our graveyard. So even if they destroy it, I now have, like, the paradigm spells are so amazing. They are. And yes, it's expensive, but look at what it's about to do. I now get to reanimate a creature for 100% free every single turn. When this enters, discard a card, then heist target opponent's library. Amazing. I actually don't even know what heist actually does. Look at... I want to see what this card does. Look at 3 random non-land cards from target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exile. You may spend mana. Okay, that's what I thought it did. Yep. Attack for 1, 2. Very good. We will cast Restoration Seminar. We will get Bahamut back again. We will target this dang thing. And then we will play a full Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. Take out the Bitter Bloom Bearer. Play our land for turn. I mean, our opponent is keeping up. Look at that. Dang.
My army will necromancy is a lot like plucking turnips.
Amazing. That was a huge draw for our opponent.
Death is such an effective tool.
You got to get another permanent down, friend. Okay. Restoration Seminar. Getting back Bahamut. We will destroy Liliana.
Ugh, looks like you're on your own now.
We will cast Lorehold and get in for 5. Passing our turn, we will discard Seasoned Pyromancer. How many removal spells do you have? How many removal spells do you have? Okay. What are you casting? Reanimate again? Reanimate's gonna kill you. You can't reanimate the Negan thing again. For those who aren't familiar, there Negan, who's a character from Walking Dead, is there's a magic card. Yeah, go ahead. That's the ticket here. I've got them to a low enough life total that they can't actually deal with what I'm doing, and that, my friends, is the game. What a slog. Great game. All right, friends, opponents, how did we do today? Well, we technically played 8 games, but there's an asterisk next to one of them because our opponent scooped before we actually got to start the game. I really wanted to play that game because my hand was pretty solid. But otherwise, we actually came out with a 5-2 record, which is surprising. I say that because I don't think that Lorehold is a uniquely good commander. I think that the format is such that whatever it is that you want to be doing, you can find the cards to do exactly that. And I'm not even suggesting that this is a perfectly streamlined list. I just got into Brawl recently, so I don't necessarily have all the best tools. For example, I actually burned a wild card today on getting Jessica's Will, which I'm not even sure if it's good in Brawl or not. I just want to try it out. I suspect that it is, because if you're playing with a commander that is likely to be on the board, getting both parts of this means you're probably getting 3 or 4 mana, but the ceiling for this card is so obviously high. So what do I think about the deck? You saw how powerful Restoration Seminar was, so getting to cast this for its miracle cost and then getting to do it again every turn after that really is backbreaking, so long as your opponent isn't totally hating on graveyards, which there's a fair amount of Reanimator decks in the format, so we even played against a few of them, so I'm surprised that we haven't seen more. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I have any in this list, and it's definitely something I should think about. This list is an enormous amount of fun because it's like the ceiling of what it can do, the like big splashy things that it's possible are amazingly fun to play. I really loved being able to reanimate summon Bahamut several times in a row. They kept dealing with it and dealing with it and dealing with it, but it just kept coming back every turn because Restoration Seminar is so good. So I'll say it again. Don't sleep on the Paradigm cards, especially in Brawl or in Commander. All of the Paradigm cards are really solid because you are going to get multiple casts of them more times than you think. And again, if you can cheat them in any way, it makes it that much better. So all in all, this is not a color pairing that I play a whole lot. You'll know if you follow our other content here on Head Games that I'm very much in the Lorehold war, or in the Lorehold role right now, so I'm trying to take that on and trying to do my best to have fun with this color combination, and this deck was a lot of fun today. Probably saying that because it performed fairly well for me. So we're gonna head on over to wrap up now. Thank you as always for spending time. If you're listening to me ramble here at the end telling you how good the deck did or didn't do, you've stayed till the end of the video, which is like the best thing that you can do to help us help the algorithm see our videos and keep showing it to other people. So if you are still here at the end, I see you, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all that I have for today. Thanks again for being here. And as always, take care of your head. Hey gang, thanks so much for tuning in. Click that subscribe button to support the channel and check out our last Brawl video featuring Silver Quill the Disputant and his insufferable need to argue with everything.